Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, served as Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD and was the last ruler among the 5 good emperors. At the pinnacle of power, he could have easily indulged in every temptation and desire, yet he dedicated his life to justice and integrity. During his reign, he penned Meditations, an autobiographical work that offers guidance on self-improvement by viewing the universe from a holistic perspective and critically analyzing one's judgment. As the leader of a mighty empire that faced numerous wars, Aurelius employed Stoic philosophy to alleviate stress and anxiety, striving to be a model and reliable leader. Stoicism is not merely a theoretical doctrine, but a way of living that inspires. It emphasizes that personal happiness stems from doing the right thing. And to do so, one must possess clear judgment and rational thinking. Before we delve into the 5 invaluable lessons from Marcus Aurelius, if you appreciate Stoic philosophy and wish to integrate it into your daily life, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Stoic Quotes 365. This will not only keep you updated with our latest videos, but also motivate us to continue providing valuable content. Now, let us explore the lessons that will help you develop a clearer and more rational mind from this philosopher emperor. Number 1. Train your perception. Marcus Aurelius teaches us, choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. One of the greatest lessons of Stoicism is to take control of your perception. We are accustomed to judging everything we encounter. Events, people, sights, all receive a value judgment. Bad, good, boring, fun, beautiful, ugly. This habitual judgment is not only exhausting but can also negatively impact our lives. For instance, judging every interaction on a tough day as awful makes the day itself seem even more negative. Labeling a party as boring confines it to that single, dull moment of your week. Our initial judgments are often influenced by our emotions, making them irrational. Moreover, this tendency to judge everything often comes with exaggerations and metaphors that distort reality. If you say your partner broke your heart, instead of simply acknowledging that they no longer feel the same way, you shape your feelings negatively. It's not the event itself that causes pain, but how you choose to think about it. The Stoics encourage careful judgment of everything we encounter. One way to practice this is to undo our judgment, looking beyond initial instincts and viewing situations through a more optimistic and rational lens. Reframe that boring party as an opportunity to see a new place and meet new people. Even if you didn't connect with anyone, you approached it without negative expectations. Practicing to not judge everything based on initial emotions is crucial in training your perception of life. Ask yourself, is this rational? What am I basing my opinion on? Is there a better or more positive way to interpret this? Marcus Aurelius emphasized that harms only exist if you consider them as harms. Any difficult experience feels harder and worse the more you dwell on it negatively. Thus, you have control over how much situations affect you. The Stoics also advocate seeing every negative event as an opportunity for good. To practice this Stoic perspective, try the challenge of turning the obstacle upside down. For example, if a new coworker is a slow learner and their mistakes impact the company's profits, it's natural to feel frustrated. This coworker is an obstacle to efficiency and profit. However, this situation can also be an opportunity for you to practice patience, become a better teacher, and learn how to integrate new people into the company. These skills are valuable and can ultimately increase profits in the long run. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In summary, instead of exaggerating your judgments, take time to view things as they objectively are. Life is simpler and clearer than we often perceive. Every situation has both a positive and negative interpretation. Adjusting your mindset accordingly will help you find that nothing bothers you as much as it used to, making life much easier to navigate. Number 2, learn to control your emotions. Marcus Aurelius advises us to not let our emotions override what our mind tells us, urging us to stop being hypocritical, self-centered, and irritable. Acting out of emotion starkly contrasts with acting rationally, and for good reason. Nothing clouds our judgment more than our emotions. To think clearly, one of the most crucial skills to master is the ability to control your emotions. For example, consider the emotion of anger. Marcus Aurelius believed that anger does more harm than good. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. When you feel intense anger due to betrayal, denying its existence, or pretending you're fine doesn't help. The anger remains, no matter how deeply you bury it. Instead, the Stoics teach us to redirect our emotions. When you feel anger, ask yourself what you can do with it. Yelling at someone who hurt you might be tempting, but will it lessen your hurt or improve the situation? Will it help the person who betrayed you to be better? Consider expressing your emotions in ways that are constructive. Calmly discuss your feelings with the person who hurt you. Journal your thoughts. Engage in physical exercise or immerse yourself in a video game. These are ways to help let go of your anger. Another example is anxiety or fear. You can't simply suppress these emotions, but you can redirect them. Instead of allowing anxiety to paralyze you, use it as a challenge. Suppose you're too scared to ask your boss for a raise. Many people see such fear as a reason to avoid action, letting their anxiety stop them. Others might push through, ignoring their anxiety. However, fear can be expressed healthily and can even be helpful. Fear makes you consider everything that might go wrong, leading you to prepare for possible questions and counter-arguments from your boss. This preparation allows you to form a plan for each scenario. Most importantly, fear provides positive motivation to challenge yourself, grow as a person, and prove to yourself that you can succeed. Embrace the fear and think, "How wonderful that I'm trying this anyway." Marcus Aurelius teaches us that harms exist only if we perceive them as harms. Thus, any difficult experience feels harder and worse the more negatively we view it. You have the power to control how much situations affect you. By redirecting strong emotions, you remain calm regardless of circumstances, allowing your emotions to never diminish your ability to think rationally and make smart decisions. Controlling your emotions is the key to a calmer, clearer mind. In summary, as Marcus Aurelius profoundly said, the impediment to action advances action. Stands in the way becomes the way. Embrace this Stoic wisdom and you will find that life becomes simpler, clearer, and more manageable. Number 3. Exercise the dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The dichotomy of control is a central tenet of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. Consider, for example, the weather, traffic issues, or others' opinions about you. These are all beyond your control. However, how you dress, what time you leave, and the people you choose to surround yourself with are within your control. Whenever you encounter a situation that affects you emotionally, ask yourself, what can I control? Focus on what you can control as a call to action, and learn to accept and embrace what you cannot control without letting it disturb your peace. A crucial aspect of the dichotomy of control is amor fati, or love of fate. Embracing life and its circumstances enables you to always find joy. While you cannot escape fate or control every situation, you can choose to love your life regardless of circumstances. For instance, imagine being rejected for a job you've long desired. Initially, it may seem like there's no silver lining. You wanted the job, tried, and failed. How can one possibly love fate in such a situation? However, this is a misunderstanding. Instead of seeing the unfulfilled ambition purely negatively, investigate what led to the outcome and use it to make positive changes. If your failure was due to personal shortcomings, these are aspects you can improve on for future opportunities. If the rejection was due to external factors like nepotism or personality clashes, recognize that these were never within your control, and there is no point in being upset over something unattainable. Accepting fate also means detaching from fixed outcomes and external markers of success. If you aspire to be a writer and measure success solely by book sales, you let arbitrary factors control your sense of accomplishment. Instead, measure success by your satisfaction with your work and the effort you invested. This way, your success is under your control. Take another example, dealing with traffic. You can't control the congestion, but you can control your departure time and your reaction to the delay. By focusing on what you can manage, you alleviate unnecessary stress. By all means, strive to achieve your goals, but acknowledge the possibility of not achieving them and accept this in advance. Occupying ourselves with what is within our control and accepting everything else as it comes fosters a sense of calm, no matter what happens. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, this mindset grants us strength and tranquility in the face of life's uncertainties. Number 4. Keep virtues in mind. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to dig deep within yourself, for there is a fountain of goodness ever ready to flow if you will keep digging. Virtues represent excellence of character, or simply put, morally good behavior. Acting virtuously benefits not only you and those around you, but also the greater good. The Stoics believed in an interconnected universe where everything and everyone is connected. Therefore, what's best for the greater good is ultimately best for you as well. The Stoics were convinced that the most rational people were those committed to the greater good, or in other words, those who acted virtuously. They believed that not acting virtuously was the result of ignorance. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, virtues can guide your actions and keep you grounded. This is why the most virtuous people are often the calmest and most relaxed. To be virtuous, one must keep the primary Stoic virtues in mind: wisdom, justice, temperance, and courage. Wisdom is the ability to judge what is good, bad, neutral, or in between. Instead of being controlled by emotion, one must think clearly and logically about the morally correct course of action. For example, in a difficult situation with two options, wisdom allows you to thoughtfully consider both before making a decision. Justice is derived from wisdom and means doing what is right and fair for others as well as ourselves. The Stoics saw it as our duty to ourselves, our fellow humans, and society as a whole. For instance, ensuring fairness in your dealings with others, even when it might be easier to cut corners, is an act of justice. Courage is the ability to take action in the face of fear, doing what is necessary or helpful, even when the outcome is uncertain. Courage doesn't eliminate fear, but involves taking steps despite it. An example might be speaking out against injustice, even if it risks your own comfort or safety. Temperance, also known as moderation, is about staying balanced between extremes, ensuring you never take too much or too little. It often manifests as self-restraint or discipline. For instance, consider a bag of chips. Eating the entire bag might be tempting, but exercising temperance means stopping after a few bites to maintain your health and well-being. Aurelius noted that what sets humans apart from animals is our ability to exercise self-control. Temperance ensures our long-term well-being over short-term satisfaction. This virtue is also supported by wisdom, as only through wise thinking can we determine the appropriate amount of anything before exercising restraint. The Stoics categorized all things and actions into goods, evils, and indifference. It is crucial to seek good, avoid evil, and handle indifference as we see fit. You create evil by acting against these virtues, like stealing, disrespecting others, acting recklessly or cowardly, or causing harm. Conversely, you engage in good by adhering to these virtues. Actions like taking a walk fall into the indifferent category, neither inherently good nor bad. Living by these simple rules not only makes you a better person, but also a more relaxed one. When you act according to virtues, you are guided by good and act rationally. Such behavior cultivates a calm mind, a hallmark of Stoic practice. Number 5. Always consider the big picture. In our final quote from Marcus Aurelius, he reflects, "How beautifully Plato put it, whenever you want to talk about people, it's best to take a bird's-eye view and see everything all at once." Considering the big picture is vital for clearing one's mind. Often, we are so immersed in our immediate circumstances that every problem seems monumental. For example, standing in the middle of a small crowd might make it seem like the entire city is crowded. But taking a few steps aside can reveal otherwise. Similarly, when we step back and look at the world and our lives as a whole, we realize how small our problems are and how vast the world is beyond our subjective experiences. Many people forget that their experiences and opinions are not the only ones that matter. For instance, someone who has had a bad experience with dogs might struggle to understand how dogs can be wonderful pets for others, unless they consciously consider other perspectives. To broaden our understanding, we need to periodically step back and ask ourselves, What are we forgetting or missing? This approach can be beneficial in various situations. Imagine choosing between staying at your current job or applying for a new position. This decision might seem challenging, especially if you're unsure about your satisfaction with either option. You might feel content with your current job, but hesitant about the added responsibilities of a promotion, though you appreciate the higher pay. Feeling stuck, you may not have considered all possibilities. Have you thought about exploring an entirely different field or pursuing a side hustle to make extra money? Perhaps engaging in a hobby could shift your focus from a job you don't enjoy as much. The truth is, there are likely many options you're unaware of. Taking a big picture view can help immensely when making decisions. Moreover, considering the grand scheme of things is crucial not only for decision-making, but also for forming opinions. To judge a situation properly, you need to understand all options and aspects involved. This requires stepping away from your biases and personal desires. For example, in the moment, littering might seem trivial, but when you step back and consider the global impact if everyone littered, you recognize the insignificance of your desire compared to the well-being of the world. The Stoics believed everything in the world is interconnected, and improving the general well-being enhances your personal well-being. Therefore, viewing the world as a whole rather than just your life is immensely important. When facing a choice, hardship, problem, or change, ask yourself questions such as, what could the long-term effects of my choice or action be? How could someone else's perspective differ from mine? Do I know anyone in a similar situation who could help? Does my choice affect my well-being or the well-being of those around me? Are there any options I haven't considered yet? Taking time to consider the entire picture helps you understand your actions, thoughts, life, and choices more clearly. It also enables you to contribute positively to the world. By considering the whole picture, you gain a broader view that frees you from unnecessary restraint, bias, or doubt, fostering a calm and rational mindset. As we conclude this exploration of Marcus Aurelius's teachings, remember the profound wisdom he imparted through his reflections. By training your perception, controlling your emotions, exercising the dichotomy of control, keeping virtues in mind, and always considering the big picture, you can cultivate a clearer, more rational, and serene mind. The insights of Stoicism offer timeless guidance for navigating life's challenges, brace, and resilient. If you found these lessons valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Stoic Quotes 365. Your support helps us continue to bring you meaningful content inspired by the wisdom of the Stoics. Reflect on these principles, apply them to your daily life, and watch as you transform your perspective and find strength in adversity. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.